friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kazzy. If you're new here, I am a full-time school librarian and content creator over on Twitch. And actually, the other day someone was like, Kaz, when are you gonna show us how to do your curly hair? And I was like, I think my hair looks nice. I don't think it's like admirable or anything, but I think my hair looks nice. Okay, I'll do that. So this is it. I will say, it might have been the weirdest thing it was definitely the weirdest thing I've ever filmed. I got in the shower wearing a bathing suit and showered with the shower curtain open so you could see how I style my hair and how I wash my hair. It was very fucking weird.
Content creation is fucking weird.
Whatever. Either way, I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you're wondering how I style my curly hair, you can just keep on watching. I will say though, the way I style my hair is for people with curly hair. It is not for people who have straight hair and would like curly hair, because I have naturally curly hair. Can't help you if you have straight hair, unfortunately. Hopefully you can find someone else on YouTube who can give you advice. But for this is just for my fellow curly-haired friends. But keep in mind that I have a different texture than you do. Everyone has different hair, so what works for me might not work for you. So it's all about experimenting and trying and seeing what works for you and what doesn't.
So right here, you're gonna see that I am shampooing. I do it pretty similarly to everyone else, I think, but the one difference I think I do is I focus it mostly on the roots. When it comes to curly hair, you don't wanna really shampoo everywhere because it's not really good for your hair. It can dry it out very quickly. So focus it on your roots and then let the water sort of rinse the excess shampoo down through the ends of your hair. Right here as well, I'm also using something called a shampoo brush, a little bit overkill, but it works for me. It's really good for really getting a good clean, which is very important when you have curly hair and maybe you don't wash it every day or every other day. So it really gets a good clean and also helps with dandruff. Now, what I'm doing here is I am just adding a little bit of conditioner. It was very uncomfortable filming this, but I just add a good amount of conditioner and focus it mostly on the ends of my hair. So you don't want to put it in the roots too much. I do put a little bit, but not a lot, just because it will help with giving you lots of moisture, but also not weighing down your hair or adding any excess oils into the scalp. So here you're gonna notice my camera is definitely fogging up from the steam, but what I'm doing here is I'm rinsing out the conditioner, and something I always recommend is rinsing it out upside down. Sounds weird, but it really helps you get the most volume possible and keeps your hair from getting that like weighed down curly hair look.
Well, that was a disaster. That was really, really difficult. I was surprised at how difficult that was. I'm gonna show you what I usually do with my hair post-shower. Typically, half the stuff I'm gonna show you I do in the shower. But my camera started fogging up because I was kind of stupid and didn't realize that was gonna happen. So I'm gonna grab the stuff and we're gonna do it out here and hope it turns out all right. These are all the products I use. This is it. Seems like a lot because it is. But I would say most curly hair folk tend to use more. So in the shower, I washed my hair with the Pineapple Curls Curl Defining Shampoo by Pacifica. I love this stuff. It's fantastic. It is, I believe, curly hair approved. I don't really care about that because I tend to use sulfates and silicones on occasion. Silicones actually protect you from heat, which I tend to heat style. And then I conditioned with this right here. This is the Pacifica Curls, same brand, curl defining conditioner. And I find that this is very, very, very good with making my hair nice and defined, nice and hydrated, but it doesn't weigh down my hair, which is really nice because I try to go for a little bit of volume. Then, when it is time to style, I use just a little bit of this, again, Pacifica Curl. So this is the Curl Defining Cream, Pineapple Swirl Curl Defining Cream. And then, get ready, this is my favorite product, the holy grail, if you will. This is something I saw on Mains by Mel's channel. Highly recommend her, by the way. I'll link her down below. She's amazing. She does like the best curly hair advice and the science behind curly hair. I use most of the things I've learned about curly hair from her. But this is the Dew Mousse Def Texture Foam. So I use this for, let me see, can I be a beauty YouTuber here? I think it is also curly girl approved if you do follow the curly girl method, which I do not. And now this does create a gel cast. This will be a mousse cast, but it's a gel cast. It's a cast around your curls that will basically create definition. It'll hold your curl in place and you just have to scrunch it out. After that, I usually use just a very quick thing with the Denman brush. Highly recommend this. It is awesome. The cool thing about this as well is I believe you can take this off. I haven't. I don't really care. You can take this off and remove some of the things, some of the bristles, to make it better for hair that uses, like, that has bigger clumps of curls, which I probably should do that because I also have quite big curl clumps, but it's fine. I will use a heat protectant. It's by Bumble and Bumble. I love that stuff. It's awesome. And then I diffuse with my very expensive hairdryer. You do not need a hairdryer that is this expensive. I promise. It is not that serious. Get a cheap one. Doesn't matter. As long as it has heat control, so you can turn the heat to high, medium, low, and you can control the speed settings. But I use the Dyson Supersonic. I am obsessed with this thing. It is $400, so you don't need it. I did not buy it, nor would I ever buy it for myself. It is way too expensive. I'll link some other good alternatives that I've used for months or years in the past, but the reason I have this one here today is because my mom actually got it for me for Christmas. She likes to go all out with Christmas. She saves up all year to buy things for people for Christmas. Honestly, when it comes down to a diffuser or a hairdryer, all you need to have is a diffuser attachment. So as long as you have this, any hairdryer is gonna work. The diffuser is the important part. This basically has these prongs and little air holes. It does exactly what it says. It diffuses the air. It makes it come out more softly and gently. You can cup your curl. As someone on my Twitch stream actually said, you want to cup your curls like you're cupping your man's balls. I also want to mention, usually I will use a deep conditioner if I'm feeling it. I was not today. Also, my tripod is my cat's cat tree because I lost the part for that one. Ignore it. I do use this deep conditioner when I am feeling it. It's called Raw Sugar Mighty Curls. Again, drugstore. I got it at Target for like $10. It is fantastic. I like this so much. It does leave a lot of like orangey chunks in the shower, which is why I don't like to use it all the time, but I'll try to use it like once a month or so, which is not what I should do, but it's fine. It is very nice, and it is very heavyweight, but it doesn't weigh your hair down. So I highly recommend this if you're looking for a deep conditioner that is within like a good price range. So I typically start with the curl defining cream. Again, I have very thin hair. This is gonna depend on your type of hair, your hair texture, how much you have. But I have like very thin and very fine hair, so I don't use a lot of this. But this is gonna be something you're gonna experiment with. So maybe you use more of this and you still get volume. I can't use a lot of it. So we're gonna take this off. You can see just how thin my hair is. Ugh, all right. So we're gonna take this. I'm gonna just squeeze a little bit out. And I use about that much. Very little. Pretty much nothing at all. And I just rub out my fingers in between my fingers and flip my hair over. I always style upside down, and I just add a little bit to it. Now I am gonna focus mostly on my ends, and I'm gonna scrunch up a little bit. Now, what most people would recommend is using the Denman brush next, or what Mel would recommend. I don't know about other people. Mel is like a goddess of curly hair. She is a curly hair YouTuber and like professional hairstylist. Highly recommend checking out her channel. Again, link will be below because oh my god, she's amazing. But typically I will maybe like section a little bit. I don't go super big on it. I don't really care. But it does help a lot to go more in depth. So I'll usually just section off the bottom and the top, and I'll take a few pieces here and there and I brush through them. And then curl it like a ribbon. There you go. So I brush through it. Stop tracking my eyes, camera. And then I just curl it, kind of like you would curl a ribbon. There you go, and then you can just scrunch it. Now, I don't do this for my whole head. I don't really care to, it's too much work. So I do it for like big pieces, big chunks, maybe in the front, maybe on the top, and I'll show you how I style my bangs in a second. So All right, so that's that done for the bottom. Now I like to push those curls in the back, keep them separated. And we take this part. Again, this is all usually done in the shower, so I'm not usually doing it on my sofa, but it's fine. So these are gonna be like my bang area. I just kind of all style it the same. So I'm just gonna take a big chunk, brush through it, twirl it, don't really care. It's all good. And then I like to just take little pieces of my bangs and do the same thing. There. All right. So now that it's styled, you want to use a hold product to keep it in place. So you could use a gel if you have heavier hair. I've used gels. I do recommend, I think it's Miss Jessie's gel. It's in like a white and pink bottle. However, that did make me break out, so I had to switch to a different product because it was a little too heavy. It smelled so good though. So I use, like I said, the Dew. It's called the Dew, and it's even ads on the back, pronounced Dew. Super useful because I always get nervous in pronouncing hair products the wrong way. So I just take a little bit of this and scrunch it and like rub it, use the praying hands method, which is like you put it in your hands and like go like this over the hair. So many methods. And I just use this to keep it all in place. So I'll show you what I do. And I just spray a little bit in my hand, like 2 pumps even, like that much. It's like a pump and a half. And I might add a little bit more, but it is very high hold. And I flip my hair over. So I will list like all the products that I mentioned here down below because I love talking about curly hair products and I recommend these very highly. So next, before I diffuse, I'm gonna use Bumble and Bumble. This one I actually quite recommend. It's very nice, very lightweight, and it also is an oil-based, so you don't want to use a lot of it, but it does add shine. It smells so good. Can't even express that. I don't know if you shake it or not. I always do. And then I just flip my hair over, and I focus this on the ends because it is an oil-based product. But I always try to get a little bit, oh no, did I get it on the lens? Fuck me, god damn it. So now, it is time to diffuse, my favorite part. I love diffusing my hair. I find it so fun, so relaxing. I love it so much. And I'm gonna use this on the medium heat to start and then the low speed. That's what I typically do. Medium heat, low speed, because that is what Dyson recommends. I'm gonna be hover diffusing. So hover diffusing is again something Mains by Mel made. I adore her. Take a shot of water every time you hear me talk about Mains by Mel. You'll be very hydrated at the end. Which is basically where you diffuse 6 inches or so away from your head. And it prevents heat damage, it dries fast, and it helps harden the curl. Whatever product that you were using to create that hold helps harden it so you don't create frizz. So highly recommend. Now, we're gonna get started. There we go. All right, so about 4 minutes in, if you look closely at my hair, you might be able to see a little bit of that gel cast that we were talking about, that hold that the product adds. So now that it's started to form from the heat and like the air blowing on it, now it's time to actually scrunch. You don't have to do this, you could just keep going like this, but I like to scrunch because it adds more definition, it shrinks the curl a little bit, and it also creates a little bit more volume with like a little bit of frizz. Anytime you take your blow dryer and blow against the cuticle of the hair, it will create frizz. That is why we did that gel cast to begin with. It helps to mitigate the frizz. It helps to prevent any frizz. So this is about where I like to leave it. If you look closely at it, it looks wet still, right? It's not. Parts of it might be still, but this is actually what is called that gel cast. So it has that crunch to it. So what we're gonna do now, typically I would recommend putting an oil on your hands. I don't have one, so I don't. You're just gonna reach in, scrunch your curls, and try to make them look more lived in. All right, so this is kind of how it looks finally if I push my bangs in front a little bit. Not today. We're not doing bangs today. But yeah, this is my final look. It's finally 100% dried. I do play with my hair a lot, which does make it a little bit frizzy. I do go like this a lot, like this a lot, this a lot, which does make it look frizzy like I was saying. But I still like my hair. I think it looks nice. And this is a great way for it to start at the beginning of a work week. This is Sunday right now, so I washed it so I would have a nice, clean, fresh start for Monday and Tuesday. And I hope you enjoyed. If you did, I would really appreciate you giving it a thumbs up or subscribe. I don't do a lot of like stuff like this, beauty stuff, but I'm happy to involve that. I mostly do Twitch advice videos and how to like build your content on Twitch, but I'm also going to be starting doing some like vlogs at work and stuff. So a day in the life, a week in the life of a school librarian, which if you're interested, you might as well consider subscribing. I don't know. All right, friends, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great day. Bye.
Oh, what's that you wanted to tell us, Vampy? What was that you said? What was that you just said? Did you just say, subscribe to my mommy? He just said subscribe to my mommy. Oh, he says subscribe. He says subscribe. Yeah, he says go check us out on Twitch. He knows he's the real star. He says check us out on Twitch Sunday through Wednesdays, starting at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yay!